I was 32 when the world went quiet. Not dramatically quiet. Not the kind of quiet that crashes into you all at once. It was the slow kind. The kind that settles in after the phone call ends and the room doesn't know what to do with your grief. It was raining the night my parents died. The police officer's voice was calm, practiced, careful. He used words like accident and instant, and nothing more could have been done. I remember nodding even though he couldn't see me. I remember saying, okay, as if he'd just explained a delayed flight. After the call, I stood in my kitchen holding my phone, watching the rain slide down the window. My 6-year-old sister, Lily, was asleep on the couch with a crayon still clutched in her hand. My 4-year-old brother, Noah, was curled up beside her, breathing in those soft, uneven rhythms only children have. That was the moment it hit me. There was no one else, no parents to call back, no safety net quietly humming in the background. Just me and 2 small lives who didn't yet know how much had changed. The days that followed were a blur of paperwork, casseroles from neighbors, and people saying things like, "You're so strong," before I'd even had time to decide if I was. At night, after the kids fell asleep, I sat on the floor of my parents' bedroom and cried into a sweater that still smelled like my mother's perfume. It felt unreal that love could vanish so suddenly, leaving only objects behind. Financial stress crept in quietly, the way it always does. I opened bank statements I didn't understand. Bills arrived with dates and numbers that felt accusatory. My parents hadn't been rich, but they'd been careful. Now careful wasn't enough. Rent didn't pause for grief. Groceries didn't get cheaper because your heart was broken. I remember standing in a grocery store aisle, holding a calculator in my phone, deciding between brand-name cereal and the generic one. Lily tugged on my sleeve and asked if we could get the one with the cartoon tiger. I smiled and said, "Next time." She nodded, trusting me completely, and that trust nearly broke me. Some nights, after tucking them in, I sat at the kitchen table staring at job listings until my eyes burned. I already worked full-time, but full-time wasn't enough anymore. I picked up extra shifts. I cleaned offices on weekends. I learned how to stretch a meal, how to mend clothes, how to say no to myself without letting the kids feel it. There were moments, quiet ones, when fear tried to convince me I couldn't do this. It whispered while I folded laundry at midnight. It hovered when the car made a strange noise. It pressed on my chest when Noah asked why Mommy and Daddy weren't coming back. I didn't have perfect answers. I didn't have a 5-year plan. What I had was mourning. Every day the alarm went off. Every day I got up. I packed lunches with little notes inside. I braided Lily's hair while she talked about school. I tied Noah's shoes and pretended not to notice when he wore them on the wrong feet. Grief didn't disappear. It learned how to sit quietly in the corner while life continued. There were small victories that felt enormous. The first time I paid all the bills on time. The day Lily learned to read aloud, her voice proud and shaky. The afternoon Noah counted to 20 without missing a number and looked at me like he'd just conquered the world. I celebrated these moments silently, sometimes with a cheap cupcake, sometimes with a hug held just a second longer than usual. People would ask how I managed. I never knew how to answer. I didn't feel brave. I felt tired. But I also felt something else. Purpose. These kids weren't just my siblings anymore. They were my responsibility, my promise, my reason to keep choosing hope even on the days it felt thin. I wanted them to grow up knowing stability, even if it was imperfect. I wanted school supplies to appear when they needed them. I wanted laughter in the house again, even if it sounded different than before. Years passed the way they do, slowly, then all at once. Lily grew taller, her questions sharper. Noah learned how to ride a bike, wobbling down the sidewalk while I jogged behind him, heart racing with every near fall. I went back to school at night, studying after the kids slept, fueled by cheap coffee and stubborn determination. There were setbacks. There always are. A medical bill I hadn't planned for, a job opportunity that fell through, moments when exhaustion made me snap, then apologize through tears. But there was also growth. I learned that courage doesn't always look like confidence. Sometimes it looks like showing up even when you're scared. Sometimes it looks like choosing patience when your nerves are shot. Sometimes it's just staying. The night Lily graduated high school, she found me in the kitchen washing dishes long after everyone else had gone to bed. She wrapped her arms around me and said, "You raised us." I laughed and told her we raised each other, and that was the truth. Loss changed me. It stripped life down to its essentials. It taught me that love doesn't end when people leave. It transforms into action, into sacrifice, into quiet resilience. If you're listening to this and your life feels heavy right now, if you're carrying responsibilities you never asked for, if you're doing your best and wondering if it's enough, it is. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep going, one ordinary day at a time. And if stories like this bring you comfort, if they remind you that you're not alone, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to My Healing Tales. It helps this space reach others who might need a little gentleness today. Life didn't turn out the way I imagined, but it turned out meaningful. And sometimes that's more than enough.